Tell us why you originally applied to be a part of Survivor Bloomsburg Season 3 this year.
Saw all the challenges, like the random challenges that they had available. I wanna try that. I think that was the biggest draw because I had never actually saw Survivor before this. I just wanted to do a bunch of random things.
Before the season even started, you were lucky enough to receive a Legacy Advantage package from a former two-time castaway. Tell us all about that and why you never played that item.
I never felt like I needed to, and by the point I needed it, it expired. The Legacy person chose me because trying to be honorable in this game, which I think I did, I really appreciate the advantage.
In episode 1, the first activity was the island hopping, where you had about 30 seconds to get trio standing in various hula hoops. How did you feel about your original trio that you formed with Silas and Dylan? Did you three form any alliance at that point?
We never went as far as to like shake hands and be like, all right, we're in it for the long run. But we did kind of have a pseudo alliance, I'd say, where I never had anything out against them, and I don't think they had anything out against me. So we kind of just stayed out of each other's ways.
In episode 1, how did you feel about your trio being selected by Holly, Grace, and Olivia to join the OG Bonobo?
I was excited. I know Holly outside of Survivor. We worked together in quests. I was like, all right, cool. I was quite satisfied, even though I guess it turned out Gibbon was the most stacked one.
In episode 2 on the quad, Bonobo struggled in various ways and had to go to tribal council 3 times. What made that episode so challenging?
All of our objects we were interacting with were black, and it was pitch black with only occasional headlamps lighting it up. So I will say, I think there might have been a disadvantage there.
In episode 3, describe which challenges you enjoyed the most, whether it was racquetball, pass kickball, or yoga dodgeball.
The yoga dodgeball was really fun. I don't know. I've never had such a thrill of just being able to dodge giant things being thrown at me. Yeah, no, I think that's probably actually one of the most fun challenges I've had doing throughout the entire Survivor. It was fun.
We got to episode 4, back in the ballroom. Did you have the alliances that you created since episode 1, and if so, with whom?
I had for sure alliances with the people that I know outside of Survivor. So that would be Holly and Kate, because we are all in quest, and I knew for sure I wouldn't want to vote any of them out.
In episode 4, the first things the castaways encountered was the first team swap of the season. You pulled a blue fabric and joined a brand new 4th team called the Sula. How did you feel about that first twist in the game and your new group?
I actually kept a lot of people from Bonobo in that original swap, so it wasn't too drastic of a change for me. I actually kind of liked the change of pace.
What did you feel worked so well with getting the safety blocks challenge accomplished so easily for the Sula that night?
I mean, that section wasn't actually that involved with it. I think we just had, the people we signed just knew exactly what they were doing, and they got it done.
Episode 5 at the pool, describe which challenges were your favorite and why.
That final third one would probably be my favorite. I really like the balancing on the kickboard or whatever while going across the pool just with my hands. That was really fun to do.
In episode 5, another team swap occurred, and this time you joined the new Bonobo with Holly, Dane, Jay, and Kate. Thoughts about that new group in that moment?
Once again, a lot of repeats. I'll take it. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have rather a different scenario.
In episode 6 at the sports field, tell us about sprinting down the dark field, knocking down cones, and crawling under a cargo net in the sand for the first relay challenge.
That was fun. Well, sprinting wasn't fun, but it was fun. Managed to get pretty lucky with like the cone toss, where we managed to go pretty fast on that. Cargo net, it was cool. Sand though, not the best.
You never got sent to Husky Island, but many other players did during the first half of the season. What were your thoughts about the inclusion of Husky Island as part of this competition?
At first, without knowing anything about it, it seemed like a nice idea where like it's a safety net for people, a chance to prove yourself and not just be completely out of the game. But then once the same people kept coming in again and again, it seemed, I don't know, kind of pointless.
In episode 7, you were still in possession of the Lasula monkey mascot. How did you end up adopting it, and walk us through that first advantage challenge you got with it?
Well, concerning me, adopting the monkey, it's kind of just, I ended up holding it at the end of the last episode, and everyone looked at me and was like, all right, you got it. So that's how I ended up with it, and I'm glad that ended up that way, because then it gave me an advantage.
When everyone merged into Grivet, how did you approach the voting process with 19 players all attending tribal council together for the first time?
That was a big change of pace. And especially since I'm not that familiar with Survivor, I kind of just quickly realized the most important thing is to walk around as much as possible and see what people are talking about.
In episode 7 at the Redmond Stadium, what were your favorite challenges and why?
that whole sequence of javelin toss, the football kick, I've never kicked a football in my life. That was fun.
In episode 8, your Ghostface ghouls didn't communicate well in the life-size checkers and lost. What happened?
I mean, at first thing, there's confusion on the rules. Yeah, I think we just didn't have anyone step up as like a leader position, so it was kind of just a bunch of either random over talking. I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where someone didn't step up, we didn't have a plan, and it just led to that.
How did you end up deciding to choose Ben Keppel as your friend for the Special Friends episode? What made you two work so well together?
For the short answer is we worked together in Quest. I knew he was relatively athletic.
In episode 9, what were your favorite challenges to do with Ben at the rec center and why?
First, the like relay race with the weighted things, and then going to grab the little like hourglass things and balancing that whole sequence. We were cooking on that one until we ran into the United States of America. We don't know the states that well.
In episode 10, with only 8 players left in the game, you and Logan were clearly on the outside because neither of you were on the OG given. How did you manage to survive 3 tribal councils that night and get them to vote out 2 of their own?
I guess I just putting myself out there and talking to as many people as I could and just figure out what the heck is going on. I kind of figured that unless I won the final challenge that night, I would be going anyway.
In episode 10, we saw Connor eyeing down your Q responses each round during the memory in this challenge. He ended up outlasting you as a result of that. Thoughts on that?
I mean, I said it in the episode, I'm happy to teach. Honestly, I was just focused on trying to figure out and keep mental track of all of those things going on in that challenge that I wasn't too concerned with other people copying me.
Many commented that you played a very low-key, mellow game and just went with the flow. Thoughts about the gameplay assessment, and do you feel if you watched some Survivor online, you might have had more knowledge about how to strategize in the game?
Yeah, I'm sure I could have like actually designed an end game strategy by like planning ahead and watching videos, figuring out those connections. But as I said, I like the challenge ideas. I don't like the Survivor vote out.
Now that you are the 12th member of this season's jury, what are you looking for in the winner? What will you be basing your decision on come finale night as you vote for somebody to win?
As I mentioned, how far people went on the scheming, backstabbing end to make it this far. I guess I'm proof of you can make it decently far without studying everything and like figuring out the best scheme. I think I'm gonna base my decision on who kind of kept their most honor throughout the game and didn't like blindside people or backstab. I think I'm gonna base my decision off of that.
What did you learn about yourself by participating in Survivor Bloomsburg season?
That I am perfectly average at challenges. I never won a single one. I know I say I joined this for the challenges.
What do you feel makes the Survivor Bloomsburg experience so unique and fun to do or even watch as a spectator?
You don't normally run into this kind of stuff. And especially team scenarios, you're not often thinking about like who's the weakest link. So it's kind of like a twisted, inverted version of a lot of things you might run into. And that of course brings the drama of like reality TV that's interesting to watch for like on the outside. It's also certainly stressful and can be emotional at times being a part of it. I think just because it has all these things going for it, the ups and downs, it's classic, I did the meme, cinema.
Is there anyone you would like to thank who is supporting you in this campus competition? Any friends, others, any shout outs?
I mean, I told my parents about this, and they're planning on, I have not told them how it ended yet, because well, I told them they can watch it themselves and figure it out. So they're gonna do that soon. They're probably my biggest supporters. I managed to keep that monkey that I got and didn't play as an idol, pretty much my mom.
If you could tell other students why they should consider applying to next year's Survivor Bloomsburg Season 4, what would you tell them?
The challenges are pretty fun. They get you out of your comfort zone just doing random. The social aspect certainly does bring different things out of you. If you have any social anxiety, it might actually be useful to try this out to just challenge that anxiety. Because you certainly have to put yourself out there, I think, to succeed in the social aspect of this game.
Any final thoughts?
Thanks for having me, Survivor. It was a fun journey. As I've been saying, it certainly gets you to explore and try out new things. Basically been like a class every Tuesday. I have to show up here and like it's, I gotta show up, I gotta do my work, and then I go home. And I learned something. Everyone else, all the other contestants, hopefully you also got something out of this, even if you're not one of the final 4, you're not getting an award, because I certainly walked away with a nice experience. Thank you all for playing.